Hello out there everyone from Deb Studio. Thank you for joining me today, where poetry meets the brush and the canvas speaks. I thought today what I would do is add some more mist to this painting. I'm thinking about incorporating some Naphthol crimson and primary yellow into the piece. And then of course I do have my glazing liquid. This one's almost empty, so that's why I have a second one. I've got my various brushes, my favorite Mr. Scruffly and some others, and then of course transparent mixing white or just plain mixing white. I've got Liquitex Basics and then Academy. And then also I thought I would share the poems. There's actually two. That the first one was written when I first started the piece, and the impression that I got from it, because it was chaos. And then of course the second poem that ultimately led to this piece. Okay, so the first poem was while I was working on the first piece. There has to be some kind of order to the chaos that surrounds, stepping through doors of one dimension into another, more chaotic than the one before. Scattered thoughts and scattered dreams, and I'm losing myself again. Stepping back while looking forward, or stepping forward while looking back. And the dream, it ebbs and flows, then fades away, while I desperately try to hold on. Will the colors collect into beautiful images, or are they destined to simply exist isolated from cohesion? And that was the impression that I got from the poem the first time. So stick around. I'll read the second poem and then we'll begin working on this canvas. Okay. So, we are set up now. Hopefully I won't be getting the paper plate into the frame so that you guys can see kind of what I'm doing. Alright, so let's start with the second poem. Doorways and stairways, leading nowhere, leading everywhere. Entering and exiting, up and down. Questions, surmising conclusions. What endless choices. Enter one to ascend, exit another to descend. Fall or rise above, failure or success. Asking, what is it all for? Answering, it is the journey. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got my two mixing whites, my glazing medium, and I've got a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red out. And I think we'll probably start... Let's start with the yellow, hopefully. So I'm going to be trying to use probably a lot of the glazing liquid, simply because I don't want the yellow and the red to be too overpowering, simply because I have it in the doors and in the stairway, which I'm thinking about going back over these stairs at some point. And here we go. Wet the brush a little. Gives a lot of the glazing liquid, medium, whatever. And then just a touch of our yellow. Now chances are I'm going to probably have to let this dry in between layers, so this will probably be like a pause and go, and then pause and then go, or you know, whatever. Alright. Oh. And then I'm not real sure, because I know mist sometimes, you know, its dark area is kind of grayish looking. I was thinking about that when I was looking at a background that I had done. Oh, you know what? Okay, so we'll probably do yellow primarily over here, red primarily over here. Maybe I ought to mix it though. Anyways. Alright, and then I might I have to rinse the brush each time because I don't want to have like orange or something in the painting. Even though orange would probably fit in since it is a mixture of both of the colors that I'm using. And this red, of course, red is stronger than yellow, so we've got to make sure we get him really thinned down. And gosh, I hope this comes out. We'll see. We'll see. Probably could have gone a little bit darker on the red. But, like I said, we can always add more, but we can't take away. Okay. A little bit thicker up in this area to blend in with the bottom of this door. I'm liking that I'm getting that so light. And of course the studio supervisor is laying on the floor over there, thankfully. Doesn't seem to be too much traffic out today. And let's just hope it stays that way. And watch me, I've spoke now and it'll probably someone will go driving by. Okay. Sometimes I do listen to music. I'm not listening to any right now because I'm not real sure yet about the guidelines and having music in the background while doing videos. And I'm really not ready to get in trouble yet. Yeah. We are still pretty new at this. Okay. And there is some of the red and okay. Now I probably don't want to add the white until the red is dry because we don't want it to like go pink, I guess. Even though I don't think that would, well, it would make a pink, but yeah. Trying to keep the videos kind of short. So this will take several processes probably. And then again, I might just go ahead and continue working on it with the recording off, and then we'll look at it a little later. Or, I don't know, maybe I could speed up the recording. I don't know how to do that yet, though. But that's another option, and then do a voiceover. Boy, wouldn't that be interesting? I don't even know if Deb could do that. Okay. So, I can't remember exactly what the inspiration was for this piece, but I can say I do have a fascination with doorways. If I can find the first doorways painting I did, which was a triptych. I took photographs of doorways in my apartment leading different ways, and then drew those out onto they were smaller canvases. Drew those out, and I actually was pretty pleased with how they turned out. But again, one of the paintings, which I couldn't, if it had been abstract, I probably could have turned it to where it wouldn't have noticed. But like I said, the canvas at the top was a little bit bowed, so Yeah. Okay. I think the yellow is looking a little bit better than the red side. And then again, once these dry, then I'll probably add red to this side and add yellow to this side, leaving yellow at the top here and red at the top over here. Alright. Okay. That's looking pretty good. And now I haven't decided if I need to go ahead and do the mist all the way up. I don't think so, because basically idea is you're going through the mist and then the doors appear clearly. So the mist will probably just remain probably down in this area here. That's the idea anyways. And then hopefully once I get the piece completely done, I'll write another poem that incorporates the mist in what I've done with it. We're getting a little too uniform here. Kind of break it up a little. And you know, I probably don't need as much mixing white as what I'm putting in here for this yellow, since yellow is kind of, I wouldn't say a weak color, but it's kind of a transparent color, whereas the red is more opaque. What I mean by that, well, transparent, of course, is self-explanatory. Opaque means that you really can't see through it as well. Now, I guess you could say in paintings or limited palette painting, red and yellow are my favorite colors to use. And you'll see them in a lot of trees. And then, of course, this doorways piece. But yeah, red and yellow seems to be my favorite colors to use in a limited palette kind of color thing. Now I have done pours where I've actually used 23, 24 colors, something like that. And that was in a paint pour. That actually turned out really good. It was very bright and kind of circus-like, if that makes sense. Those paintings are currently in storage in Texas, though. But they were also done on 24 by 30 canvas. Okay. So, I think what we are going to do for now, let that rest a little bit. A little bit more over here in the red. And then I will put you guys on pause, dry the painting, take a little break, and then come back and we'll work a little more. Now, I notice when I do the red and opaque, it's, well, I mean, it is reddish, but it looks more pinkish than red. Oh, there we go. Gotta let the paint dry before I actually mix them all together. Okay. Like how I've done the yellow, where I've got some more intense yellow and then more transparent. We're going to try to do that with the red as well. I have ideas in my mind, and then sometimes the brush or my hand or my brain or whatever doesn't do what I want it to do. If that ever happens to you, don't throw the painting away. couple of things you could do because acrylic paint is so easy. It dries so quick, so you're able to like paint over and over and over. Now, I will say, so this one, the first one I did of it, I scraped that off because I didn't like it. It wasn't going where I was hoping it would go. And the paint was really impastoed on there. So I grabbed a new canvas to start this painting. And then the old canvas is what I used after I scraped it off to work on this one. So I don't know if you remember this from the intro video, but I have done a little bit more. We're working on embellishing some more gold. The green that I told you was going to go away, I got rid of that by increasing the size of the bowls of the flowers. These little splotches here, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. And then this piece here kind of looks off. I look at it sometimes and it looks off, and then I look at it other times and I'm thinking, okay, those are leaves that are behind the flower. So I haven't touched them yet. I may or may not. Don't know. But yeah, so I've started my stems, and my stems are kind of in gold. And then using the darkest color that I have in the flower on each one. But yeah, that one, I poured alcohol on it because I needed to get all of the impasto off. I didn't quite get it all off, but it does give a really nice texture to this painting, which I kind of enjoy. Alright, and I probably shouldn't have had this canvas on there like that because I'm putting dimples in this one. Alright, let's keep working here. And gosh, I gotta be careful with this red. Just don't want it to, you know, take over. But I think it does need to be dried because, yeah. Let's see here. I've got, where'd that other brush go? This brush, I'm hoping it's kind of, I'm going to try to use it as like a little blender brush to bring out some of these harder marks, but not completely obliterate the marks. So yeah, that's working out pretty good. Cool. Okay. Let's see, fluid here. Definitely want the red to be thicker up here, closer to the doors, and then kind of fade away down here. That's the idea. And then of course we can go back and forth between the white and then the red and yellow, so that the mist kind of appears more whitish down in this area, and then gradually you see the other two colors coming into focus. And oh yeah, that is like that. I think this brush is going to be my new best friend. Alright guys, so I think for right now that's it. Let me put you guys on pause and I'll dry this. Or maybe we'll just stop here and pick up on it next week. Alright everyone, I want to thank you for sitting through the torture that was that video. I actually just went too heavy on the mist. It wasn't that I didn't like the mist. I want the mist, and this is actually what we are going to be doing next week, is fixing that painting. It will be my way of showing you that you can fix something, that you can persevere. And
Again, this painting, it's not finished, but it is to a point now where I'm happy with it. And I'm going to wait for it to speak to me and let me know what else it needs, which could take a while. I mean, it could be a few days, could be a few weeks, who knows. Hopefully, you know, I'll get another poem out of this, and we'll go from there. So, from Deb, or I'm Deb from Deb Studio, and I really want to thank you for joining me. I am the poetic artist, and hopefully this painting will give me another poem. And like I said, I'm going to show you how I correct the mist next week. So stay tuned. And for encouragement, could you please give me a thumbs up? And if you want to follow me, please hit the subscribe button and follow my channel. Alright guys, thanks. Until next time, go out, enjoy life, and create something. Bye.